Welcome to the Hive Podcast. I'm Olivia Roosh, an art student and this year's editor-in-chief. This podcast is brought to you by The Retort, MSUB's student-led news outlet. We're here to deliver relevant news to the MSUB community that is both educational and entertaining. Thank you for listening and enjoy the show. Here are a few things that are happening in the coming weeks. Wednesday, November 11th is Veterans Day. Classes will not be in session, so enjoy your day off. And if you don't have plans yet, there will be a ping pong tournament in the Glacier Room from 1 to 4. Make sure to stop by and win some prizes. Thursday, November 12th, MSUB is hosting a blood drive from noon to 4 p.m. in the Beartooth Room. $5 City Brew gift cards will be given out for each donation. In today's episode, we will be hearing from some of our international students and what their transition from home was like for them. Jordan interviewed Basan from Turkmenistan and Vendela from Sweden and learned about the cultural differences they face here at MSUB. Eric interviewed Isha from Great Britain and talked about her time here at MSUB as well, and her new single she recently released called Nashville in Heaven. The support of a community in times like this can make it or break it for a college student in a new environment far away from anything familiar to them. And here at MSUB, we strive to bring people together regardless of their cultural differences. It is so important for American students and all students to be aware of these differences, and personally, I believe learning and experiencing new things can help you understand and appreciate this big, beautiful world we all live in together.
With The Retort, my name is Courtney Tenike. To be an international student in the U.S., you must know enough English, and in order for that to be determined, you either have to have a signed paper from your country, or you have to do a test for MSUB. You must have enough proof of enough funding for an entire full year of tuition, and in 2016, we had over 120 international students from 20 countries. MSUB also has it so students can come here and our students can do a semester or a full year at a partner school in these countries: England, France, Scotland, Germany, Macedonia, Finland, China, Japan, South Korea, and Kosovo. To do that, we would only pay MSUB tuition. Other programs we have is an intensive language program with these 6 countries: Costa Rica, Spain, France, China, South Korea, and Germany. Our final program is the short-term summer intensive. You go to one of these 5 countries and you either immerse yourself in the language or you do coursework in English. These countries are China, France, South Korea, Germany, and Kosovo. As for resources, we have 6. They are the Peace Corps Prep, International Studies Minor, the CCIS, Cultural Vistas, CLS program, and Study Abroad for medical students. These programs are to help international students here at MSUB, but also to help those MSUB students who travel to other countries for studies. With The Retort, I am Courtney Tenike.
As our first guest is Basan, and our second guest is Vendela.
My name is Basan. I'm an international student at MSU Billings, and I am a transfer student from Powell, Wyoming, Northwest College, and I'm junior. I am majoring in political science and Spanish.
And I am Vendela Andersson, and I come from Sweden. I'm a freshman at MSU Billings, and my major is criminal justice, and I'm also an athlete at the women's soccer team here.
And Basan, so what made you want to attend MSUB?
When I was transferring from Northwest College, I was looking at different schools, and I just want to come to a mountainy place. I guess I love nature, and I really love being in Wyoming, and like coming to the hall where across the street there's a climbing thing is wonderful, and I really loved it. And also I got a good scholarship to come here. That's why I came to MSU Billings.
Oh, that's so cool. How about you, Vendela? So what made you want to come to MSUB besides soccer?
First of all, I wanted to play soccer and study at the same time, because sometimes you don't have the ability, like in Sweden. In Sweden, you only play like club soccer and not on the schools. But I talked to a agency, and they helped me to find like different schools, and I was talking to like different coaches, and then I found like the MSUB were a place I feel safe with, and I feel like I can trust the people here, and I also like the environment. I love to ski, I like to go on hikes, and yeah, I feel like the town is kind of similar to my town in Sweden. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's kind of the I don't know. I just like the environment here, and I also feel like MSUB is a serious school. I feel academic. I don't know how do you say it?
Academically.
Yeah, academically, it was also a good place for me being here.
Oh, that's so cool. That sounds like a perfect balance. So were there like any language barriers that you faced?
I just feel like some kind of words that I don't understand or cannot pronounce, because in the first when I got here I pronounced like development like development.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a weird thing, and also it was hard to understand like humor and like understand jokes
Yeah.
another language and express feelings. But I feel like when you've lived here, I have lived here like 2 months, I feel that I'm like understand the language more.
Yeah.
And because of just the culture, and you have to like live here to understand like jokes and everything, and know like how they express feelings and those stuff in this language, because you can study English, but when you like really practicing it and like in that kind of environment, you develop new skills.
Oh yeah, for sure. Basan, have you faced like any language barriers before coming to the United States?
Oh, definitely. I felt like I speak very well English when I just got to US, but the funny thing is I realized that I don't know slangs or like phrases that they use. Like for example, I remember when I just got to US, I was working as a library assistant, and then I'm asking librarian, so should I do this? And then she would say, you bet. And I was like, you bet what? Yes or no? I remember I was so frustrated because I wouldn't understand most of the phrases that they use. Or like here, they would say, if they want to say it's cool, they would say, oh, it's sick. And I would be thinking, well, sick means like ill. Why would they call that thing sick?
Yeah.
So there were definitely like phrases that I had to think about or like ask people about it. But like what is good about smaller towns, that community is really nice and friendly, that they are willing to explain you without getting frustrated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of food do they serve over at Turkmenistan?
In Turkmenistan, they serve usual. I guess we love eating bread in my country. Like with whatever food it is, we always have bread with it. And after I came to US, I guess our bread is so dense that I couldn't find any kind of bread here that is as dense as my country. And we also like doughy things, like I don't know. In October 30th, we had Turkmenistan lunch at Sodexo, like in Rimrock Cafeteria. And if any of you were there, that's what we usually eat. And you may pay attention, like there's like thing called samsa that had like spinach in it and like beef in it. And those kind of things are really common in my country. Like we usually bake it and eat it, and like usually the food that we eat is like super heavy. Like you will eat a little bit and you will get full really fast.
Yeah.
But mostly we have those kind of food, whereas like here, no bread.
Yeah, how about you, Vendela? So what kind of food do they serve over at Sweden?
We like the traditional food is like potatoes and meatballs, and they have something called like lingonberry. It's like a berry it's not sweet, so it's kind of hard to explain. But we also that's a traditional food, but we also eat like say a lot of potatoes, like cooked potatoes, not smashed potatoes, just cooked, and with we have a lot of like different sauce. That's not gravy, because I feel like here in the US you don't have like different flavors of different gravies or different sauce, because I feel like here I only like ketchup, mayo and like gravy, but in my like country we have like different flavors of mayo. So yeah, I think it's like more sauce, and we eat a lot of like chicken and yeah. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain because we eat like everything. A lot of fish, actually. We eat a lot of fish. But we also have like hamburgers and pizza and that stuff. But the pizza in Sweden, they're like really thin. Here the pizza is like really thick, and here they also have like cheese in the crust. They have like cheese in it, but in Sweden we don't have it. It's just like thin pizza with cheese on the pizza and yeah, a lot of stuff.
What is the main meat there? Like, is it lamb or beef or chicken?
I don't know what it's chicken and like the meat from the cow.
Cow?
Yeah.
Beef?
Yeah, beef. It's a lot of beef. But we also have like sausage. That's from the pigs. But I would say that we not eat so much like lamb.
I see. Because when I came to US, I was surprised because everything was beef, and
okay.
the main meat we eat was like lamb in my country.
Mhm.
And I would try to find lamb, and they were really expensive, and
Yeah.
it doesn't worth buying, kinda.
No, but we also have like reindeer.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's really expensive. Yeah, but I would say like the beef here compared to Sweden is also kind of different. Like the beef in Sweden is like more thin. We have like small pieces, but here it's like the piece is so big. Like when I got here, the girls from the soccer team just drove me to the McDonald's, and like I wanted to have like a small size of drink, and it was a small size here is like a large size in Sweden. So it's like the sizes here is like so big compared to the sizes in Sweden.
Do you feel like there's a lot of food there's a lot of meat in food here?
Yeah.
I feel like everything is out of meat here, whereas like in my country, when you have a meat, you use it, I guess, economically, kinda. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
use bunch of meat in one food. You would divide it and like, yeah.
But I also feel like here they have a lot of cheese and everything, like a lot of cheese. And like they fry their meat, like the bread to the tacos, and we're not doing it in Sweden. But also think we have like a lot of vegetables. We eat like so much vegetables, and we also have like in every meal we have a salad. You know the salad when they have the Turkistan.
Turkmenistan?
Yeah, Turkmenistan. Lunch you have like a little salad, and yeah, we kind of have that in Sweden too.
Well, the funny thing is that the vegetables that we use like in Turkmenistan are not like the same as
No.
here. Like for example, we don't use a lot of broccoli. We do have like different. I don't know what is it in English, but we have like different kind of grasses that we eat.
Yeah.
And whereas like here, I've never even seen them.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. But son, what was like the hardest adjustment you had to make?
Probably food, because so I'm very very sensitive with food. When I just got to US, in the beginning I was super excited about all the food and I tried everything, but then for some reason like you get sick of it really fast. Like for example, in my country I could keep eating one thing again and again and I won't be tired of it, whereas here I would eat burger today and I can't eat it again because like I don't know, the food is very different to the fact that I don't think I can keep eating the same thing again and again, and I feel like I need to keep changing what I eat here. Whereas like in Turkmenistan it was super easy. What I was eating, I could keep eating it like every day and I would be fine, kinda. The biggest adjustment was like that, and I really wanted, like I remember my first semester I was like literally crying and wanted to leave because I just could not eat the food. I was like, yeah, this is good, but I miss home. I miss, like I literally miss the food like the most. But yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I think I kind of like agree about the food because I would say that like you need to think what you eat, and in Sweden I don't need to think. I just eat it. But I also feel like I miss the culture like in Sweden sometimes, like just how we are and like how stuff are here, because I feel like here you just like throw like everything, like food, plastic, in like the same bag. And in Sweden we have like, we sort everything out. Like food, we have like one bag for just food and one for plastic and one for paper and like writing paper, one for like thick paper. So I kind of miss that organizing thing. And also like I have eat like dinner at like other families' houses, not just here. And I saw that they're just like throwing like food in like when they washed their plate, and just like have everything down in the same they just wash the plate and with the food on, and then just like everything goes in the water. And I just feel like that is nothing that I would do. I would just have like, if I have food left, I would just throw it in the what do you call
Trash.
it? Yeah, in the trash, because then we get like stuck if I try to have it in the sink. So that's just also a weird thing. So sometimes I just like miss the culture in Sweden, and I think I would just like to accept like the thing here that I'm doing it, and because I can't change it, but that's just a thing that I have like accept.
Do you feel like it's hard to make friends here? Because like in my culture, after you talk to someone, I feel like they need to keep talking to me, like because like I introduced myself to you, and like right now we always say hi to each other, we talk to each other, and like whereas here, I feel like Americans, they can't open up really easily, or I don't know, like I would just talk to them, like I made friends, but the next day they won't even say hi to me, or like they won't even like do eye contact with me. And I understand that this is a culture of it, but it makes it like kind of hard to make friends here, I feel like. But I don't know, how about you?
I kind of feel the same. Like sometimes I feel like when people start to talk to you, but then they're not like saying hello. I think for me it's kind of fake, because but in Sweden we don't say like hello to strangers. So when you actually like talking to someone, it's, you want to like get to know them for real.
Yeah.
But here, I think that like sometimes when you talk to people and you think that they want to get to know you, but then it's a false alarm. They didn't. They wanted to just like say hello the first time.
It's just very interesting, like because like all international students, like I guess not all, but like most of them that I was talking to, they would just think that the Americans are fake. I mean, I know, like because they would just like smile at you all the time, and they're just so nice to you. But in the case like you're asking, is it even real? Are they really mean to be nice to you? But like I think it's just the culture itself. Like they just have to be always nice. They just smile at everyone. And in my country, you usually like when you smile at strangers, they will look at you like weirdly, and they will say, "What? I am funny."
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and like the same like there. Like if you start talking to people, like that person already needs to get to know you very well. You will say hi, you will hang out, and like it kind of develops to a bigger relationship. Where here is like you meet people, but then they might not even talk to you, or the next day they will be like, oh, do you want to go out, like do you want to hang out, like the other day they won't even like talk to you again. And it's kind of fun, like okay thing here.
Yeah.
Which is super weird.
I think here they have like multiple like friends, but in Sweden we have like few near friends, like they're close friends. So I think that's kind of the difference too.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Basan, do you have any final thoughts?
To all like students on campus, I would just recommend them, if they feel safe with COVID restrictions, just to be involved on campus, because we're like, I'm part of student activities board and like student government board, and we're organizing kind of different kind of events, especially with student activities. Just like try to join them, like just try to get out of your room, because sometimes like it's really important for your mental health. And I feel like, I don't know, it might be only me, but when I sit in my room a lot, I feel like I am going crazy, because I can't just sit in my room. I feel like I just need to go out and just go for a walk, or like do whatever you like to do. Just like, especially finals week is coming and it's really stressful, I'm sure. Just like try to do something you like, and it might be just like eating your favorite chocolate and just like go and buy it and just like treat yourself, because mental health is very important.
I totally agree because like mental health can be like a life and death question. But I would just also say like hang in there. The COVID would not be like forever, and like if you see someone, just like say hello because it can make someone's day for real. So yeah, just be nice to people.
All right, well, that concludes the interview. Remember to like the retort on social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, as well as listen to all the podcasts that are available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube as well. And this is Jordan Lahi. Let's try a little kindness.
Hey everybody, this is Olivia Roosh.
And Courtney Tenike.
What I thought was really interesting was the food difference, because personally I like a lot of the food we have here. But I definitely know the feeling of knowing there's better food out there. Like, I actually went on a study abroad trip last year to Macedonia and France and Greece, and yeah, the food was amazing. It was completely different, and I definitely miss it every day. But I have my favorites here in Montana. Like, you know, you can't pass up a good slice of pizza. So, Courtney, have you ever traveled abroad anywhere or been outside of the country?
No. I was supposed to go to Canada last summer, but Corona. So
Right.
I have never been outside the country. I do want to travel. My sister travels a lot. My uncle traveled a lot before he passed away. So I do want to eventually. But
Yeah, I definitely understand that. It's really expensive to travel outside of the U.S. Since we're such a big country and there's like nothing really next to us. I definitely am jealous of like everybody in Europe who can just take a little train down to 2 different countries in a day and, you know, have a ball.
yeah.
I wish I could be like that. Well, I also definitely feel for the language barrier that our international students go through. I took 2 years of French here at MSUB and then went to France for a week just to be a tourist. It wasn't an official study abroad, but I went all by myself, and just with my 2 years of French, I did not speak any French there because when I did, nobody could understand me. They understood my English better than they understood my French. It was so bad. I was just like, why did I take 2 years of French to just not be able to speak it here in France?
Learning it and actually using it is 2 different things.
Yeah, I think I would definitely have to live there for quite a while.
Like, I learned some Italian, but I don't think I can go to Italy and do anything. Well, I do want to go to Italy, but I don't think that would work very well.
Right. Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer for me to not even use my French I learned, but I'm still hanging in there that I will learn it and be fluent someday. It doesn't have to be today, but maybe the next time I go to France, I'll be able to use my French.
There you go.
Yeah. And I really agree with what Basan was saying about being involved on campus. I think it's a really great opportunity for anybody to meet new friends and meet new people who want to be involved on campus and want to have a fun college experience, really like digging into the university community and the culture surrounding it. So I would agree with Basan. I think that's a really important and a really fun way
Especially
to meet
for
new
freshmen,
people.
because then they can meet new people. Like, upperclassmen, they have friends from, like, years before of going to school.
Mhm.
But freshmen don't always have that.
Mhm.
Like, I did not have any friends when I started.
Right.
And I'm very active in everything. Clubs and groups and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that, too. Because
Yeah.
it's important.
It is important, and same with what they're saying about mental health. You need to let go and have fun a little bit. It can't all be about learning and your homework and your classes. Like, you need to really take time for yourself and really try and separate your life a little bit so that it's not just surrounding school, because that's a lot of mental thinking, and it's a lot of work, and it's hard and stressful, and it's nice to be able to relax and carve a pumpkin for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
I also thought it was really funny how they think Americans seem fake.
Yeah.
That was really funny because I can totally see that.
I could too, because we do smile. We're nice. We call it, nice.
Right.
But I can see other countries that don't do it,
Yeah.
thinking it's like, what is wrong with these people?
Right? Because I smile at everybody. Even wearing masks, I still smile at people in the hall. I'm like, maybe they'll just know I'm smiling at them.
See, with masks, I don't smile, I wave. I go, hello.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. I don't put that much effort into it.
I do. I'm just like, hi.
But
then
yeah.
again, everyone calls me bubbly, so.
I also think Americans could take a note out of Sweden's book about recycling.
Yeah.
I also am mad at Americans for not recycling and not using compost as much as they could. Like, I live in an apartment and I only have a little deck outside, and I still have a little compost pile that we put all our food scraps into. But yeah, recycling is really important, and it does suck that America doesn't recycle as much as other countries. Like, I agree. We need to start thinking about our future and climate change and our effect on the environment and being proactive. And I know America's like a step behind on that. So yeah, we need to kick it in gear and get those recycling bins out here. Well, thank you again to Jordan, Basan, and Vandella for that really fun conversation you guys had. And thanks, Courtney, for all the information about studying abroad and where you can find that at MSUB. We will have more information on our Facebook page for you guys to check out if you are interested. Next, we'll be hearing from Eric, who had a great conversation with Isha Haran about her stay here at MSUB as well.
This is Eric Young with The Retort. The heartfelt storytelling and lively instrumentation of country music isn't just limited to America, where it originated. A new wave of performers and songwriters are emerging across Europe, with upcoming English artist and former MSUB student Isha Haran forging her own musical path.
I thought one day we'd end up going off together, guitars on our backs.
Isha has a brand new song out, and I caught up with her at her home in London through a Zoom call to discuss her roots, her time here at MSUB, her music, and what to expect from her looking forward.
It seems clear to me the world had different dreams, with no account for hers at all.
Isha was born to an Irish family and raised in both London and Ireland, where she quickly developed a passion for both Irish folk music and American country music.
I kind of grew up on country music, like the traditional stuff, not so much the modern. So like Dolly Parton and like Willie Nelson and Kenny Rogers and that. And coming from an Irish background, like Irish people love country music. It's like it's embedded into Irish culture. And so then I got a bit older and got into kind of the more modern stuff.
It didn't take long for Isha to begin playing this music herself from an early age. She told me she even began writing her own songs early on throughout her school years.
I started writing when I was quite young. They were all absolutely terrible, but I started writing when I was like 10 or 11ish maybe. But yeah, I mean, I kind of grew up on music and grew up surrounded by it. So I think it was probably just quite a natural progression.
After high school, she originally attended the University of Winchester to study history and came to MSUB in 2018 through the exchange program between the two schools. Although she admits Montana wasn't her first choice for studying abroad, Isha was immediately struck by the unique differences between both the universities and the countries.
I was initially actually supposed to be going to Georgia, a university there, but then they didn't have any places left. And so they said Montana, and I'd heard of it, but I had no idea. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to expect.
The scenery of Montana and its wildlife in particular left a lasting impression on her.
Like, it was a bit weird on the campus. I remember me and a few friends were walking back to the dorms and there were a few like deer And we were kind of like, oh, what do we do? Like, do we stand still? Like, what's the deal? So yeah, that was quite interesting. And it was very quiet as well. And it's not quiet here at all. It's just mad. And yeah, I mean, it was so cool. And I was so sad when I left. It was just, yeah, it was a beautiful place.
Since her time here at MSUB, she's returned to the University of Winchester before deciding to focus on a career in music exclusively.
I came back home. I went back to uni for like a semester, and then I left because I wasn't really enjoying it, and so there was no point carrying on. And then I was into music before, but I was able to focus on it more because I didn't have the workload of being at uni. So I focused on that. I was writing a lot and recording. So yeah.
Isha has been focusing more on her music for the past year, with her first single, Nashville in Heaven, being released earlier this month.
I hope you're standing at the front of heaven's Opry, playing your banjo. I hope you're singing.
The song is a tribute to a childhood friend of hers who unfortunately passed away when they were both just 16 years old.
We grew up playing Irish music together, and then when we got older we kind of got into country. She got more into the kind of bluegrass thing, and I went to Nashville in 2016 and did all the kind of like, you know, the like tourist stuff, and it was really cool. Like I was quite blown away because I'd seen it on like TV and all of that, but that wasn't quite the same. And we went to the Opry and like the Bluebird Cafe and stuff. It was pretty amazing. So I kind of wrote it as like I guess as like a tribute to her in terms of what I hope for her now, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I hope you're singing old Dan Tucker like you did at home.
The lyrics deal with the memories and experiences Isha shared with her, along with their dream of making it big here in America, with references to Nashville, the Grand Ole Opry, and singing old country standards like Old Dan Tucker when they were young. This dream of theirs is how Isha likes to remember her and pay tribute to her.
And I like to think there's a Nashville in heaven for you.
Isha's style is rooted in country and folk music, which comes as little surprise given her background. But her wide variety of influences also ranges from Dolly Parton,
Jolene, 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 Jolene. Well, I'm begging of you, please don't take another man.
to the Zac Brown Band,
You said I want to see you again, but I'm stuck in cold weather. Tomorrow will be better. Can I call you then?
to Demi Lovato,
Mama, I'm so sorry I'm not sober anymore. And Daddy, please forgive me for the drink spilled on the floor.
Before releasing Nashville in Paradise, Isha exhibited these influences along with many others with her own twists through performances posted on her Facebook and YouTube pages. Isha went on to tell me that this music is actually quite popular in London, with many acts both coming into and coming out of the city.
Yeah, it's very similar. I think it depends on what you like as well. Some people go for the more like traditional British or wherever they're from kind of style. But when people get together, it's always kind of American country.
British country artists include Robert Vincent, Emma Stevens, and the Shires. Derek Ryan, Lisa McHugh, and Nathan Carter are recent examples of country and Irish music. Going forward, Isha is planning on releasing new, original material as early as January 2021.
I'd like to get like a collection, like not maybe an album because that's a lot of songs, but maybe like an EP or something, maybe a little bit than that together. Because I have a lot of songs that I just haven't done anything with because I haven't really had time. So that would be cool. Yeah.
It sounds like the next song she plans on releasing will reflect on her time here spent in Montana.
I actually have another song that I wrote literally like 3 days after I got back from Montana about Montana that I haven't released yet, because it was kind of a toss-up between the two, about which one was going to go first, but I'll probably release that in the new year.
Standing in the Aubrey Circle, a piece of the old Mother Church, with the angels behind you. What a sight to see.
It may not be Nashville, but the vast landscapes of Montana and her memories here at MSUB have given Isha a new idea and a new perspective on the music she sings.
In heaven for you.
Further information on Isha, her music, and upcoming events can be found at her profiles on Spotify, Instagram, and Facebook. That's spelled AIOSE and HARAN. With The Retort, I'm Eric Young.
Everybody go out and give Isha a follow and a listen, and look forward to her piece about Montana. It's not very often I feel like we get music written about us. Thank you all for tuning in and hearing about the international scene here at MSUB, and hopefully it gets you motivated and gets you inspired to go out and travel somewhere once COVID is over. It's kind of difficult right now, but we can start planning for the future and picking out which countries we want to visit, which cultures we want to visit. I know I have a gigantic list of where I'm going to be going.
So do I, mostly because my sister and my uncle, they always talk about these cool places like Thailand or Africa.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to go.
Right? I know. I was supposed to go to Australia, but that got bunked with COVID, so that was a no-go. I don't know if I'll try and go after COVID, but I'll be going somewhere. You'll see me on a plane going somewhere. Thank you for tuning into the Hive podcast. You can follow The Retort on Instagram and like us on Facebook for more content. Feel free to reach out with ideas for future episodes through our social media or email us at retort@msubillings.edu. Find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. And the music you're hearing is produced by MSUB student Caleb Barnt. Today's episode was sponsored by MSUB's student government, ASMSUB,